Now, here's where things get interesting. And by interesting, I mean absolutely frustrating in a way that makes you want to throw your computer out a window. You see, these early decentralized exchange builders, they sat down to code their decentralized exchanges and thought, okay, we need order books because that's how real trading works. I mean, it made sense, right? Order books had been the standard for centuries. It had been the trading standard for centuries. So they started building order books on blockchains like Ethereum, and then they hit a wall. And I mean a big, insurmountable, oh crap, this is actually impossible wall. Okay, so the problem was something called as front running, and it was so much worse on blockchain than anyone has anticipated. Right? See, in traditional finance, front running is basically illegal and considered super sketchy. Like if you're a broker, if you're a stockbroker, and you see your client's big order coming in, and you basically rush to trade ahead of them, that's fraud. Okay, you can go to jail. But on a public blockchain where every transaction sits in a mempool waiting to be processed, friend running became trivially easy and completely legal because in blockchain code is low and there is no securities regulator for decentralized exchanges. So here's what would happen. You would place an order on one of these early DEXs or decentralized exchanges. Let's say you want to buy 10 Ethereum at market price, right? So your transaction goes into the mempool, which is basically a waiting room for transactions that haven't been included in the block yet. And here's the thing: the mempool is public, meaning every bot, every miner, every degen with a Raspberry Pi board can see your transaction sitting there and act on it. So some bot sees your order and goes, "Oh, look, this guy wants to buy 10 ETH at at market price. I'll submit my transaction with a higher fee so that it gets processed first. Buy the ETH before the guy, and when the guy's order drives up the price, I'll immediately sell at a profit." That's exactly what happens, right? The boat front runs you, makes money off your trade, and you get terrible execution every single time. Now, this was absolutely devastating for these early blockchain order books. It made them almost unusable for anyone who wasn't running sophisticated, board infrastructure themselves. The order book model that had worked so well on centralized exchanges just didn't work on public blockchains because the very thing that made blockchains trustworthy, which is their transparent nature, made order books vulnerable. So the DeFi folks stood there looking at this problem and they had to make a choice. They could either give up on decentralized exchanges entirely and admit defeat, or they could get creative and try something completely different. Something weird, some weird experimental approach that nobody had really tried before. Something that might not suffer from the whole front running problem, even if it meant sacrificing some of the benefits of the order book. So that's where our story really begins. And that's when things started getting really, really weird.